Hopefully you have an amazing one. Let's get right into it here. If you are a tech trader, investor, maybe you're interested in AI or you're looking at companies like Tesla or semiconductor companies, this is a video for you. I'm up about $220 so far today. Just making a decision here to sell Tesla. And you're not going to believe it, guys. I have had so much faith in Tesla, and I've been investing in it really constantly. Um, and so just recently, I sold Tesla, and let me walk you through why. Um, and guess what? I'm not saying it's not going to continue up more. We could see it crush that $300 mark today. We could see it push up more. And all power to you if you're invested in Tesla. Love it. Keep it going. Hold it. Make some money. Right here, I sold, I guess it was around 3 a.m. today. I sold right around here today, somewhere in there. And after that, I ended up selling. I ended up taking, so I set my alarm. I kept seeing some dips, but I literally had this dream. Okay, so when I have a dream and something speaks to me very clearly, I listen to it. I had this dream that I was sitting down talking with Kevin O'Leary, um, who you guys might know from Shark Tank, successful entrepreneur, and he's telling me, Will, you've been studying AMD. You've seen that it's undervalued. Just buy AMD. I swear, this is my dream. I'm thinking, wow, I have been. It was on our November week one watch list here for Stockmate, and I've been talking about it in our group. I've been talking about it here on YouTube. And so what did I do? Well, a couple things. The reason why before I bought, I said, they beat earnings, they've had profitable growth. They're a semiconductor company in this AI boom in the tech world. Seems like a pretty good time to get an AMD. And actually, I got in a while back after earnings. They had profitable earnings, but they sold off like 10%. I got in, it started to continue to sell off. It broke pattern below this support, so I sold. And that was about, I don't know, a week ago. It's about 6 days ago. Now, what happened is it continued to sell off, and I was keeping a close eye on it. We see it, there's this support here. You guys see this support? Um, it's an uptrend for AMD overall, but there's this clear support that's moving upwards. And if we go to, year to date, you can kind of see it, right? Kind of a divergence of, hey, we're maybe about to see it push back up to previous levels. That was what I had in mind. And then today, we started to see it really recover. And so when I got up at 3 a.m. and I saw that it was starting to push up and validate that support, I went and I bought AMD. So I bought some AMD. Majority of my position, if we go over here, let's kind of walk through it a little bit. So average cost on AMD, 146.22, currently at 148.58. So nice little entry point. Saw it push up quite a bit. And then we see the P&L. So I got about 9K in there, or 8K, $9,500 in AMD. But I also went and I said, I'm going to see if they have the leveraged, we trade TSLL, which is the 2x of Tesla. I said, I'm going to go check out AMDL, see if there is a 2x. They just recently introduced it this year. So every time AMD goes up 1%, AMDL goes up 2%. And so I thought, some of the times where I've made the most money in the stock market is when maybe I was looking at stock and I said, I know it's going to go up, but it's only going to go up like 5%. And I might have to wait a week. And maybe I didn't have the patience, right? But I would go over to the 2x of that stock and I would buy it. And then when I was right, which I would say more often times than not, I am, it would go up by 10%, not 5%. So then I'm making 10% on my money. And so there's been a lot of instances like with Tesla, with Nvidia, with Google stock, And now with AMD, where I'm like, hey, I'm already trading it. Why not go check out that 2x? So the 2x, I didn't put a lot in. I just have about compared to my main AMD position, I have 9,500 in there, but on the 2x AMDL, we just have about 2,000 on that position. So I'm considerably invested in AMD. Couple things you should probably know. Just after I actually purchased that around 3 a.m. this morning, 24-hour market here on Robinhood. So Robinhood's a great platform. It's amazing, and I'm going to show you an article. But if you guys want to use Robinhood, I would encourage you go grab that free guide on how to unlock Robinhood Legend for free and get early access. It's that first link in the description, totally free. And I give you this guide on how to unlock this so you can start trading on the Robinhood Legend platform. They have options. They got all the indicators you need. You can mark up and draw. You got your watch lists here that are linked to your Robinhood account. And then you go to your recent orders, positions, things like that. It is pretty cool. So again, it's that first link down below if you want to check it out. Now, again, I bought around 3 a.m. Right after that, we see, we see this right here, Advisors Group. They just got in. They just purchased some stock. Jackson Square Capital, they bought 4 million. We saw Principal Financial Group, they acquired 588,000 shares, which if we do the math, got my phone here, 58,595 times 148, about $87,100,000 that company just bought. So why is that? Well, they beat earnings, but they sold off, so they're looking undervalued. So, and there was, there's a lot of different funds that we saw purchase just recently. So really some good indication that the overall hedge fund market is seeing some good. I would imagine they're looking at this margin for profit that I saw, that I kind of pointed out to our Stockmate community, which is our private group, this week, and they're very informed on this trade. The people in our Stockmate community, they already knew. But what we're looking at here is a 20% margin for profit if it stays true to pattern. And then that's on AMD, right? If we're over here on AMDL and we're, anticipating kind of the similar, the same movements, over on AMDL, you'd be looking at about 50%, 48%, margin for profit that could happen probably here in the next week or so, right? So it's a trade you'd expect some hedge funds to get in. You'd expect some people to notice. It's hard not to notice when you see it oversold even after earnings. In a company like AMD, I used to game a lot on computers. AMD is always there. I have a studio now where we have nice PCs that have everything we need, and we use AMD in those PCs. So it's a great company. SOXL doing good as well. Semiconductor space. Gosh, it was up to $36 a share today. So up about 5.3%. Really crushing it the past 2 days. And yeah, Tesla's right there with AMD, And if you're still in Tesla, all power to you. That's great. That's awesome. We ended that trade up a little bit over $1,500. So, it was a good trade, but and I guess if I would have held, we'd be at $1,750. But it's really the same actually with my position over here on AMD and AMDL. We, P&L wise, so far today, yeah, we're up a little bit over 210 bucks so far today. So looking good. I'm probably going to hold this position until tomorrow. We'll see after hours how it looks. We'll be keeping you guys updated. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.